Modi's 2025 Independence Day speech is the great political trap today. On August 15th, Narendra Modi delivered the longest Independence Day speech in Indian history, all worth of 103 minutes of promises, slogans and threats. But beneath the patriotic wrapping was a calculated political trap. This was not a roadmap for India's future. It was a carefully staged distraction from the economic crisis, unemployment surge and growing international isolation his government faces daily. Every line was crafted to rally emotions, not to deliver the truth. Modi spoke of Atmanirbhar Bharat and a so-called low-cost, high-impact manufacturing revolution. Yet the reality is, India's imports from China are at a record high. The rupee continues to slide and small businesses are collapsing under GST burdens. Self-reliance remains a slogan, not a policy. He promised cheaper goods and more jobs, but offered no concrete timeline, no funding strategy, and no accountability, only applause lines. He claimed he would stand like a rock for farmers, conveniently forgetting his own government's attempt to impose controversial farm laws that triggered months' worth of protests and farmer deaths before he was forced into a humiliating repeal. His track record speaks louder than his rhetoric. For fishermen, cattle rearers and rural workers, the promises ring hollow against years of neglect. The speech was also loaded with security scare tactics. Modi announced Mission Sudarshan Chakra and issued veiled nuclear threats toward Pakistan, projecting military muscle to stir nationalist sentiment. But these theatrics cannot erase the fact that India's worst security lapses, from Pulwama to Gulwan to the ongoing violence in Manipur, have all occurred under his leadership with zero accountability. One of the most dangerous parts of the address was his high-powered demographic mission to counter so-called illegal infiltration. This language is a thinly disguised dog whistle aimed at stoking anti-minority sentiment. It offers no real policy solutions, but succeeds in deepening communal divisions, which have become the lifeblood of Modi's electoral politics. Modi then shifted to the glamour of space exploration, clean energy milestones, and legal reforms. But these headline-friendly claims mask the uncomfortable truth. India's tech sector is losing global contracts, foreign investment is retreating, and youth unemployment remains at record highs. These achievements, while dressed up in grandeur, lack the structural reforms necessary to truly transform the economy. This was never about the Independence Day or India's future. It was about Modi's political survival and his 2029 campaign. By invoking fear, wrapping it in patriotism, and sprinkling it with the selective economic optimism, he attempted to divert attention from his government's failures. It was a masterclass in narrative manipulation and a warning to those who still take his words at face value. Independence Day should unite a nation around truth, justice and progress. Instead, Modi turned it into a partisan rally, weaponizing history, twisting facts and selling fear as patriotism. For those who see through the smoke, the trap is obvious. It's not about the India we have, but the fantasy India that exists only in Modi's speeches. The Red Fort was a stage, but the future will belong to those who refuse to be fooled. That's all for today. Stay tuned, stay informed, stay critical.